Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome. I am Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So let me grab that card that just flew away. Okay. So listen, it was Angel of Strength card. It just flew off the top of the deck. So I'm going to show this to you because I pulled cards for myself and I got the cornucopia card and this card before I started to stream live. And Spirit said this card is for you too. And Spirit is saying to tap into your strength. You can do it. You can do all that you put your mind to, all that you believe you can do. You are a magical being with glitter and magic flowing through your veins. So stop playing small. Okay. Now let's see. Alatha's on. Good morning, my beautiful sister. Thank you so much for joining. Rachel White is on. Welcome, Rachel. Thank you for joining. I see Shanna. Hey, Victoria. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah. Oh, Victoria said on my way back into work. Well, catch the replay. I streamed a little early today because I am traveling back to Knoxville tomorrow and I have a long drive ahead of me, 7 hours and 45 minutes to be exact. So I'm getting my oil change and they had a 2 p.m. available, which is, let's see, what's that? 11? Wait, 2, 10 p.m. your time? Wait, what am I doing? I don't know. Anyways, this is the time that I am going live today. My brain is not functioning. You know what it is? I don't really drink caffeine at all. So I don't get coffee when I come to Starbucks to use their internet, but I do buy something. And today I had green tea, which has caffeine. And then usually I'll get their other little, like tea type drink that has caffeine as well. So that caffeine has me feeling like I'm on something. So just excuse me if my words are all over the place. Okay. Let's see what y'all are saying. Hey, Diamond. Yes, I went live and let you guys know I'll be going early today. I mentioned it over in RIM yesterday, and then I also mentioned it this morning in United Light Beings Awakening. I have that long drive ahead of me back to Knoxville tomorrow, so I'm getting my oil change, and the appointment that they had wouldn't allow me to come on at our regular time. So I'm glad you're here. So who was the first person on today? If you guys, when you're on first, if you can comment first so that when I get on, I know who was first and I can pull your personal card. That will be so appreciated. So who was first? Hi, Arising Phoenix. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so Victoria was first. Okay, awesome. Hello, I believe this is my bonus dad that just joined based on the initials. Is this the dad for Victoria? So Victoria, I am going to go ahead and pull a card for you and see what your personal message is today. Good morning, Mother dear. So what's the message for Victoria today? Okay, Victoria, you got storm warning. And also notice that you got the number 10, which represents endings and beginnings. It also, if we break it down to the 1, you being mindful of your thoughts and what you're putting out into the universe and really stepping into your power as a magician to create your reality. The storm warning has to do with your thoughts not being where they're called to be. Spirit is reminding you to stay in your power, stay in your creativity, stay in your knowing, stay in your trust and your faith. You've had some things happen that have diminished your faith just a little bit. And it's not like it's a major thing that, it's just kind of been like inklings of doubt that have come in. And Spirit is reminding you that during those times, that's when you're being tested. The storm warning is just making sure that you don't let those moments of doubt or those moments of fear or those moments of self-sabotage get out of hand or out of control. Now, of course, as human beings, we go through those things naturally, but it's really about how we deal with it. It's about acknowledging it without judgment and then shutting it down before it has the opportunity to take wings and fly, to develop wings and fly. So Spirit is just reminding you, nothing that happens can defeat you unless you throw in the towel or wave the white flag. You're powerful. And your ability to overcome is huge. And as I'm saying that Angel of Strength card that flew out, Spirit is saying that was for all of us, but for you to really take heed to that. Okay, I was just going to tell her she's got this. So that was your message today, Victoria. I'm so grateful that you were able to receive that because that's a huge message. See, told you guys that green tea got me, can't even talk. That and it's like we know this, we logically know, we have all the answers, we know what to do, we know what it takes, but sometimes those reminders, they just help keep us on track. Because like anything, if a runner runs without taking a break or drinking any water, the best runner is going to run out of steam, right? So those reminders are those breaks that those runners takes, or that water that they drink along their journey of the race. So that's all. You got it. Let's see. Victoria said, haha, I'm on it. Life is what I make it. And so it is. Shamika is asking for love and light to be sent her way, going through some growth and experiencing tests. I am sending them. I'm asking that the rest of the community send them, and you can overcome this and you will overcome it. Just like the message that just came through for Victoria, just remember that we go through tests, and that's all they are. They're just tests. That's it. They're just tests. And if we trust and we know that the divine always shows up, then we'll pass it with flying colors. I don't know if you guys remember, I had posted in the group, I believe it was last week, where I said, if you look at your track record of succeeding, you wouldn't fear failure, or something to that effect. And it's true. If we look at everything we've overcome thus far, we're successful beings. What's there to worry about? Just stay in that knowing that everything that happens in your life serves your highest good and you'll be great. So let's go ahead and get started with our breathing. Victoria said, literally just had this conversation with my guy this morning. Awesome. Spirit is always right on time, right? So yeah, it feels so good out here, you guys. I actually left the house pretty early this morning. I believe it was maybe around 8 when I arrived, 8 something when I arrived. And I decided to go inside and work on some back office stuff and have my green tea. And now that I'm doing Empower Hour with all of you, I just like being out here because it's more private. I can talk without worrying about my volume, but it actually feels really good out here. Yesterday, there was no way I was going to be sitting in anybody's outside. It was just not happening, but it was beautiful yesterday. I just was not going to sit out here for no length of time. Okay. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So what I'd like you all to do is just allow yourself to relax and inhale slow and deep through your nose, love and light. And then with every exhale slowly out of your mouth, release all that's no longer serving you. Or if you're choosing to release something specific, then go ahead and allow yourself to release that with every exhale. Okay. And as you're doing this, I will be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'd like you to go ahead and inhale slow and deep, love and light through your nose. And exhale, releasing all that's no longer serving you out through your mouth. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for giving me a message and providing me with the ability to deliver it from a place of highest light, love, and truth. I thank you for opening up the hearts, the minds, the souls, and the spirits of those I'm called to serve today. I thank you, and so it is. And as you continue to breathe slow and deep, inhaling love and light through your nose and exhaling all that's no longer serving you through your mouth, Go ahead and allow your crown chakra to open. Opening your crown chakra now, located at the top of your head. And continue to breathe, allowing yourself to relax. And just go ahead and allow that divine love and light to pour in through your crown, allowing it to travel down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, down to your throat chakra, traveling down to your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, down to your root, and feeling all that divine, warm, loving energy flowing down your thighs, into your knees, your calves, your ankles, down into your feet, and allowing it to burst out through the soles of your feet in the form of roots that penetrate Mother Earth, traveling down to her core, and allowing yourself to connect with the heartbeat of Mother Earth, feeling her loving divine energy traveling up through those roots into the soles of your feet, up to your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, traveling up to your heart, your throat, your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras and up and out your crown, allowing the energy of Mother Earth to connect and dance with the energy of the cosmos, the divine, the highest source of love and light. And just allow this energy to travel back through your body, touching your entire cellular being, and just allowing it to penetrate and generate, healing, loosening, releasing all that's no longer serving you. Setting the intention that throughout the day, every inhale you take will fill you with more love and light, and every exhale will release all that's not serving you. Thank you, and so it is. So go ahead and open your eyes and just tell me how you're feeling after doing that grounding exercise. And I noticed that the love and light and strength is pouring in for you, Shamika. So I'm so grateful that the family's holding you up during this time. So let's go ahead and get into it. While I'm waiting for you guys to let me know how you feel. If you feel more relaxed than you did before we started, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you feel better than you did, give it a thumbs up. Victoria said, ready. Awesome. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up with that feeling of readiness. Okay. Take both, all three? Okay, just the top two. Oh, and it's such a good card. But okay, Spirit, if you say so. Okay. A lot that said, I feel amazing even more. I love that. Amazing even more. You started off amazing and now you feel even more amazing from the bottom. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and get started with the messages that we have. So the first one we got is fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So, this one is talking about our throat chakra. And so many of us struggle with the throat chakra, right? We struggle with speaking our truth. And, most recently over in REM, Alatha, I was meaning to tell you this. As I was talking to Javi yesterday evening, and just realizing how much release and healing is taking place, right? The domino effect, and I know I mentioned it during our last group session, but the domino effect was you sharing your story, right? It has created space for so much healing to take place within our soul family. And it started with you sharing your story. And so as I'm being called to acknowledge that and thank you and commend you for that, Spirit is saying it's important for all of us to get comfortable with sharing our story. You know what I mean? We talk often about how everything we've experienced has a purpose, and ultimately that ultimate divine purpose is for our souls to grow and evolve, for us to then heal in this human form and then help others do the same, for us to wake up from the spiritual amnesia and remember. But just like Alatha sharing her story, and it trickled so much healing within our soul family, The same is for all of us. We hold on to our stories and we don't speak our truth because we fear judgment, or we fear we won't be believed, or we feel unready, like we're not ready, or we're protecting those that are a part of our story, right? And Spirit is saying to release all of that and to speak your truth. The time is now. Your story, without you speaking it, whether it's in vocal form or in writing form or in some other form that you get it out there, it's in vain otherwise. And no story, no experience, no pain, no struggle is meant to be in vain. So Spirit is saying now is the time to share. Now is the time with transparency. You take the power away from the rest of the world as it relates to being able to use your past against you when you share it without fear and you share it without shame, okay? So let me see what you all are saying. Hey, Diamond Green, welcome on. So let's see. Shamika said, thank you all. Sending love and light to you as well. Thank you so much, beautiful. Diamond said, hey, fam. And Diamond, our other Diamond, Isis LLC said, yes, that's been my thing lately. Alata said, hey, Diamond Green. Diamond said, hey, name twin. So yes, so it's time. It's time. Also, I'm being told to tell you to look up the number 3. So my question is, what story are you sitting on? What story are you not telling? What truth are you not speaking? And why? Why? You empower yourself the more you share, and you empower others the more you empower yourself, okay? So we got, and look, this is a number 3 as well. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, let me just show you something. We got 39, which is 12, which is 3, right? We got 30, which is 3. We got 21, which is 3. So a total of 333, right? I've been seeing that a lot lately. And when I'm pulling cards and I'm asking Spirit for yes or no answers, I've set the intention that if I get a 3 in any form, it's my yes. And if I get a 2 in any form, it's a no, right? And so Spirit is saying yes, yes, yes. So whatever question you've had, whatever you've been waiting for an answer on whether or not to move forward, yes, yes, yes. Your answer for whatever you've been seeking these days is yes, okay? Spirit is supporting you, and Spirit is saying take action and move forward. So the garden and the gate, this card really speaks about creating barriers and how those barriers can keep us from an abundant life, right? So oftentimes when we've experienced trauma, it changes the way we view the rest of the world. It also changes the way we view ourselves. So when we have this gate that we've placed before us to protect us, it doesn't just protect us from pain or harm. It actually creates it, and it keeps us from all the things that are positive and that serve us. So Spirit is saying you have the power to walk outside of that gate. This came up in RIM the other day as a card for us, where it was talking about, holding the key being on the chain around your neck, and a person can take you to freedom, but the only way you're going to free yourself is by unlocking it. You're never a prisoner of anything except yourself. So Spirit is saying to take your power back, be in your power. For those of you that are here that are in the REM Soul family, Spirit is driving it home for you. And for those of you that are in the United Light Beings Awakening community or here on our YouTube community, Spirit is saying it's time for you to free yourself. How are you stopping yourself from being in that place of freedom? How? I'd like you to share in the comments and let me know how, because part of healing, part of freeing yourself is acknowledging what's keeping you from healing or freedom. So I'm going to read the comments as you guys share that with me. Let's see. Alata said, Shamika Burton, thank you. You will be just fine. Whenever one can extend love and light while they are going through something uncomfortable shows a lot. Yes, yes, yes. Alata said, thank you. I have realized that since last week. I'm grateful for the group and all the support, and we are so grateful for you. Now, MHP 1999, is this my bonus dad? Because I can't see a picture, but you said that's very powerful. Arising Phoenix said, interesting, I received this. Arising Phoenix, what is your name? You aren't Danielle, are you? Diamond said, I missed it. Is that the girl at the gate? You missed it? Is what the girl at the gate? There is a little girl on this card. And then you guys, you see that those butterflies? They're white. Yesterday after I went live in RIM, when it disconnected, I told you guys that a white butterfly flew by, and this, I'm being told to tell you, you're also being called to stop witnessing the abundance of everyone else and start creating your own. You know, we can be happy for others and we can cheer them on and we can be excited about the things, the blessings they receive. But Spirit is saying, in addition to that, start being your own biggest cheerleader. Start getting up, getting outside that gate every single day and creating magic, even if it's just a little bit at a time, just a little bit at a time. You know, for some of you, I'm being told to tell you to go get some glitter and just start sprinkling fairy dust on yourself and on others. You know, when people are having a bad day, just ask, would it be okay for me to brighten your day today? You know, who doesn't love glitter? You know, I mean, if they say yes, brighten their day. At the most, they'll laugh. You know, at the least, they'll laugh. But you'll help them to feel good. Diamond Green said, yes, I definitely walked into freedom when I joined RIM. I'm more open to love and abundance. I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful to have you. And Diamond Isis LLC said the card. Yes, there is a girl. Now, also, what I'd like you to notice here, you guys, what I'd like you to notice is that in this card, she's actually holding flowers, right? And there's beauty in flowers, right? So what this represents is we get so comfortable in our discomfort that we start to convince ourselves that there's no reason for us to step outside of that comfort zone. You know, we get so comfortable there that we start to convince ourselves that everything is good, everything is okay. Doesn't matter that we're miserable, doesn't matter that we're not thriving, doesn't matter that we're saying yes when we really feel no, right? Doesn't matter that we're sacrificing our own happiness and peace for the happiness and peace of others, right? We've gotten so used to functioning in dysfunction that we've convinced ourselves that it's a basket of beautiful flowers. Spirit is saying, in order for you to continue to have flowers that are alive, you've got to get out in the garden. And the garden is on the other side of the gate. You've got to be in action. And that action includes you picking those flowers, right? And in order to pick the flowers, you've got to plant the seeds to have the flowers grow. So Spirit is saying it's time. Yes, it's time. Diamond said comfort is misleading. It sure is. It really is. It is. It gives us permission, right? And here's the thing. Sometimes that comfort really isn't comfortable at all. It's just habit. It's just habit. We get so stuck in habit. So what I'd like to challenge you to do is one thing outside of your comfort zone each day, every day. And whether you're in RIM or whether you're in the United Light Beings Awakening group, or if you're in both, I'd like you to post in whichever you're in. And if you're in both, okay? Because those of you that are in RIM, I'd like you to help really be the leaders over in the United Light Beings Awakening community to help them really become more active. So each day that you do something outside of your comfort zone, post and tell us what that was and tell us how you feel as a result of it. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't have to be all peaches and cream. If it felt scary, say that. You know, if it felt uncomfortable, say that. It's okay. Because just like the video I uploaded the other day where I was talking about when we grow and we expand, oftentimes we start to feel out of whack because our 3D self is catching up to this growth that we just experienced spiritually, mentally, and or emotionally, right? And if you can show, even in those moments where it doesn't feel good, that you did it anyway, you're encouraging someone else to do the same. So let's see what you all are saying. Hi, Pat. Thank you so much for joining. So, yes, yes, yes. Hi, Sherman. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. For those of you that are familiar with Javi. Javi is one of the amazing psychics on the team, the AshworthScott Life Sculpting team. Sherman is actually Javi's brother. So I'm so grateful to have you, Sherman. Let's see. Phoenix, a rising Phoenix said, can you tell us about the 30 on top of the card? It keeps speaking to me. Well, as I said before, when I receive the threes, it's a yes for me. But also what threes represents is tearing things down in order to build them back up, right? You're also being guided to shift. You're being guided to shift in the now. I'm being told to tell you, you're also being called to embrace your full self, right? So when we think of the Holy Trinity, mind, body, soul, right? You're being called to embrace every aspect of you. You're being called to heal every aspect of you and being comfortable just being. And I'd also like to encourage you to look up the number 30. So what you can do is put in Google 30 and then angel number to follow, and there'll be an even deeper message there for you. But as far as the 30 is concerned, that's what I was getting from Spirit to share with you. You're so welcome. Yes, you did. You did, Pat. And you know, Pat, you've been someone that has been a part of the United Light Beings Awakening community for a really long time. And you've also been someone that I've been feeling like being a part of our soul family, and RIM would be really great. So I'd like to invite you to join our group mentorship, and you'll see a huge difference in every aspect of your life. You will. There's some people that are a part of RIM that are on now, and they can attest to that, but you'll definitely see the difference. So meditate on that and get back to me. But I'd love to have you. It'll help with that discomfort that you're speaking of, or that dysfunction that you're speaking of that's masking itself as comfort. So let's see. Hi, Michonne. And that offer extends to you too. Okay, so let's see. Yes, I'm glad you're here too. Make sure you look that number up, Pat. Okay, awesome. I will definitely get that to you because I didn't realize that Alatha actually donated the mini read for you. So you'll get that today. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome. Welcome. Diamond said I heard Trinity too. Awesome. Awesome. You're so welcome, Arising Phoenix. Diamond Green said, yes, girl, it will definitely change your life, referring to RIM. And Isis LLC, our other diamond, said, RIM is amazing. Come on over. The energy is fine. Okay. So thank you guys so much for sharing that. I just heard purity and protection. Purity and protection. What I'm hearing is allow yourself to be in your purest state, right? It is okay. You are protected. You are protected. One of the things that has really helped with my fearlessness is the fact that I have a lot of work to do. And the fact that I have said yes to my calling and I'm living in my purpose, and I know that what I'm here to do is a huge part in shifting the collective consciousness. It helps me to be in that state of fearlessness, knowing that I am protected. This is why I came here, right? And I'm doing what I came here to do. So there's nothing that's going to knock me off earlier than my soul agreed to, right? And the same goes for you. So oftentimes when we're in our purest state, we feel vulnerable. And vulnerability doesn't usually feel good because we are essentially open. And we have experienced things that have made us believe that being open, that openness makes us vulnerable to harm, right? And spirit is saying, let that go because you're protected. You're protected. So we got the card strategy. We got the card strategy. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you, this card is coming through in a few layers, right? It's coming through in a few layers. So number one, what spirit is saying is stop attempting to strategize by yourself. Embody the essence of Tupac. Plan, plot, strategize, and bomb first, but do it with spirit, okay? So as you see this pen, it has a feather. What I'm being told to tell you is to create with your angels, create with your guides, right? And in order for you to be so tuned in and tapped in to be able to do this in a way where there is no doubt present, there is no fear present, it requires you to heal, heart healing. You know, so many of us are experiencing broken hearts. Broken hearts. Our hearts have been broken at various stages of our lives. And we're still holding on to that, right? And so when you do your healing, then you can begin to ground yourself. And then you can begin to trust with unwavering faith. And you can begin to co-create with the divine. And that co-creation will produce abundance for you and everyone that you serve, that you teach how to do what you've just done, right? So this is coming through in layers. And spirit is saying, yes, the time is now. The time is now. Okay. So listen, I was just hearing a lot of things and then I saw something I'm going to share with you. So what I heard is you are a prehistoric being. You are the star. You are the sun. And then look, can you guys see that? Where's my finger? You see that? I noticed the key. And what were we talking about with the first two cards, the key, and how we've always been wearing it. And it's up to us to put it in the lock and free ourselves, right? Right? You're also filled with ancient wisdom. You know what I mean? Like when you're connected to the divine, and I've said this before, when you're connected to the divine, there is no wisdom that is outside of your reach, right? All you're being called to do is tune out and tune in. Tune out society, tune out the outside world, tune out the stinking thinking, the negative self-talk, and tune in to your inner divinity. If you seek or ask, you will find and receive the answers. Okay? So let's see what y'all are saying. Hey, Javi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Alata said, RIM has changed my life on so many levels. Accepting my flaws and understanding my mistakes is just the surface. I'm so grateful, Alata. I'm so grateful. Diamond said, get support from your squad. Pat said, thanks for the invite, ladies. RIM is definitely in the plans for me. Awesome. And just so you all know, the monthly investment for the RIM group mentorship is $111 a month. You know what I mean? And I was led by spirit to have it be that amount because 111 is something that we can move around, we can save for, we can, you know what I mean? We can figure out some things that we may be spending money on that really doesn't serve a purpose, and we can move some stuff around, you know? So I was led to make it affordable so that it's open to anyone that's seeking shift and support while you're shifting. A lot that said 21 is 3. There's that 3. Yes. So that's what I was pointing out. We've got 39, which is 12, which is 3. We've got 30, which is 3. We've got 21, which is 3. 333, right? 333. Yes, yes, yes. So we're definitely right now, we're in an energy of tearing down so we can build back up. Faye Love, you guys, who is Wanda, who joins us in REM, who's a member of REM, but just isn't on Facebook, said that she can relate to a broken heart. And, you know, it's something that we can all relate to. It's something that we have all experienced, right? And so Spirit is telling us to heal that broken heart, mend that broken heart, get over that broken heart, you know, release that broken heart. Forgive the things that created the broken heart. Because it's all about taking our power back. We've been giving it away for far too long. When you are in your power, fully and completely, I mean, totally there, where you have bought the land. Okay, this just flew out off the deck, so let me go ahead and show it to you. Rest and Rejuvenation 19, which is 10. Spirit is speaking to me, and I'm sure to many of you as well. But, you know, in your power, when you've bought the land, you've gotten rid of the tent, you've built a fortress, you're living there, you're inviting guests in, you know what I mean? That's when you get into that magical space where your life is just flowing in abundance in all areas, right? And let me be clear, I always tell you this, abundance is not just financial gain, although that's a part of it. Abundance is peace. Abundance is security. It's self-love and acceptance. It's seeing your own inner divinity and seeing that in the world. You know what I mean? It's balance. It's boundaries, right? So now look what we got. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So what Spirit is telling me to tell you is you may never get that apology from those that hurt you, those that let you down. You may never get those that harmed you or failed you, right? Now, I'm speaking in terms of how you may feel because no one has ever really failed you when we look at it in the bigger scheme of things. Everyone has played their role to grow your soul into where you agreed to be, right? But let's just take it down to this human level for a minute, right? Let's just take it there. You may never get those things from those people that were placed in your life to support you in this physical realm, right? And when you don't receive that, you're being called to look at the fact that they're supporting you. They're just supporting your soul, right? They're supporting your soul by playing the role that they agreed to play based on what your soul called for them to do, right? So now bringing it back down to the humanness, right? Bringing it back there, this is where you mother yourself. This is where you began healing without those things. This is when you look at them with love and compassion, right? Because maybe they didn't know better. Maybe they didn't know how to be better. Maybe they did the best that they could do where they were on their journey. And maybe, just maybe, they did exactly what your soul called them to do, right? So they served you in the way that your soul called so that you could grow, so that you could elevate, so that you could awaken and remember who you are, right? So what I'm hearing is it's time for you to nurture your own soul at this time. And it's not to say don't feel your feelings, right? Because we are human, for goodness sake. This old humanness, I tell you, how many of y'all are ready to not be human anymore? Not me. I like being human. I do. I really do. You know, I enjoy it. But sometimes it would be nice to just shed it all and just be in my magical divinity, right? Without the weight of this skin suit, right? But Spirit is saying it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be in your humanness. It's what makes you who you are in this lifetime. And there's purpose in all of it. But as you're feeling, as you're releasing, as you're expressing, pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on in your body. Pay attention to what's going on in your head, right? Pay attention to what's going on in your soul, because what you're doing is you're giving yourself clues on where your next level of healing lies, right? So, look, she's hugging herself. She's hugging herself. Sometimes just do it. Just hug yourself. And look, she's also surrounded by roses, right? And we can't have roses without thorns. We just can't. We can't have roses without thorns. I mean, we can, but they aren't grown that way, right? We can remove the thorns, right? Right? But considering we're the rose, life involves thorns. And our healing is that process of removing those thorns. And now all you're left with is the beauty of your soul, right? Okay, so if this is resonating with you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Now, the reason why I'm asking you all to do that is because the more comments you leave on the videos, the more thumbs up that the videos get, it puts these videos in the news feed of those that are on YouTube, and it helps us get this message that Spirit is delivering to us through me out there. So I appreciate your assistance with doing that. Okay, so let's see what you all are saying. Hi, Nina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was just thinking about you the other day. How are you? So let's see. Shanna said, me, it's exhausting. Hey, Cheryl, I didn't even realize you joined us. You snuck right on in. Now, Cheryl, are you a part of the United Light Beings Awakening community on, there's all kind of bugs just flying around and crawling on the laptop, and on Facebook? Because I did announce that I was going on a bit early today. I'm driving back to Knoxville tomorrow and I'm getting an oil change. And so the appointment required me to get on early. So, if you are not, I encourage you, and anyone who's on, if you're not a part of the United Light Beings Awakening community on Facebook, I encourage you to join. And you can find that link in the description box of all the videos. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on social media, join us there. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I believe I missed something that Cheryl posted. Oh, okay. I see you asked what time did it start. It started 30 minutes early today. Shanna said, I don't want it. What are you referring to? And what I'd like to encourage you to do is, instead of speaking of what you're not choosing, focus on what you are. So, if it's something that you'd rather not have, instead of speaking of that, speak of what you'd rather have in its place. So if you didn't have that, what would you have instead? Because even when we're talking about what we're not choosing, or if we're using lack and we're saying, I don't want, then what we're doing is we're feeding it energy. And so by feeding it, we're growing it, right? So if you can stay in that focal state of what you're choosing only, you'll help yourself stay in that state of abundance. Diamond said, right now I'm having an abundance of creative ideas. Yes. In my Trina Braxton voice. So let's see. Shan said, as long as they leave me alone and never come back. What are you referring to? Did I miss something? Pat said, yes, for me, abundance is freedom and flexibility. And so it is. That is abundance. It truly is. A rising Phoenix said, oh, wow, I think this whole reading today was for me, especially the last card. I'm grateful. Michonne said, yes, I think it's for me. Nina said, thank you for the reminders and the fresh perspectives. Love you so dearly, Nahkila. I love you too. And I miss your hugs. Okay, you guys, if you are in Washington State, let me tell you, schedule Reiki, first of all, with Nina, right? And make sure she hugs you, because her hugs are phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Like literally, I can stay in her embrace all day. Like it's so much healing that pours out of her from her hugs. I miss you and your hugs. So let's see. You're so welcome. My bonus dad said, thank you for the message. You're so welcome, Shanna. Diamond Green said, I never thought about it that way. I do look back and think about how I used to push myself just because someone told me I couldn't, or because I knew I didn't want to be like those who hurt me. And you know what? There is something to learn from everyone in our lives, right? Even if it's how not to be, right? So what Spirit is really pushing us to do is to be in that state of love, right? And what is love? Love is gratitude. Love is acceptance. Love is forgiveness. Love is compassion. Love is understanding, right? Love is so many more things than those things I've just listed, right? But Spirit is pushing us to evolve into love. When we talk about Christ consciousness, that's what it is. It's vibrating at that frequency of love. And so any and everything that we've encountered or we've yet to encounter, Spirit is going to always push us towards love because we are love. So if we're living outside of who we are on a soul level, things are going to be out of whack. It's just going to. We're not going to be able to create up to par. We're not going to be able to serve up to par. We're not going to be able to experience peace and happiness up to par. Now, we may be able to experience these things or do these things, but they're never going to be at their full potential until we're embodying Christ consciousness, which is love. I was having a conversation with one of my brothers in light, and what I was explaining to him was, when we think in terms of, let's just talk about Jesus and how the story goes, how Jesus died for our sins, right? Not only was there a sacrifice there, and your sacrifice doesn't have to be as extreme as that. In stories, it's always extreme, right? Your sacrifice can simply be like what I'm doing right now. I'm taking time out of my day to show up and serve. Doesn't feel like a sacrifice because I love it, right? Your sacrifice can simply be stopping and telling someone they look pretty, or thanking someone for being a bright light in your life, right? Anything you're doing outside of what serves you, you personally. And see, every time we talk, it's kind of full circle because whatever you do to serve others, it does serve you personally too. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's a sacrifice. But let's just take it back. So the story goes, Jesus died for our sins, right? Not just for the sins of those that were, praying for him and crying for him or even mourning him, but also for those that executed him, right? So there was love even for those that took his life. And our trauma creates a death, a bit of a form of a death within us. When we experience trauma, the lasting kind, there's a part of us that dies, right? So when we're talking about love and embodying Christ consciousness, that's what it is. There's levels and layers to it, though. Like, you're not just going to jump out of trauma like, you know what? I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. You're not just going to do that. It takes healing. It takes a conscious effort to choose to be loved, to be you, right? It takes a conscious effort to not allow someone else to have the power to diminish the essence of who you are. And who you are is love, through and through. To let them make you anything else, they still have power over you. So just something to think about. Let's see what y'all are saying. No, not the glitchy connection. Oh, really? Cheryl said she didn't get a notification. What's going on here? Vanessa said, thank you for coming on early. Have a lovely day, everybody. You're so welcome. So welcome. Diamond said, connections getting glitchy again. I'll catch the replay. Take care, everyone, and have a magical day. You too. Shanna said you might never get an apology, and I don't want an apology, just for them to leave me alone. I see. Okay. Nina said, I think about you so much. I even talk to you out loud because we vibe like that. I know, it's so awesome because literally you've been on my mind and in my heart lately. Michonne said, I'm also getting An abundance of creativity. Awesome. I've always been creative, but I'm getting so many new ideas and I love it. Oh, thank you so much, Sherman. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Nina said, I miss you too. And thank you for your kind words. I'll send you a long embrace, hug of love and healing to you next time I meditate. Thank you. Shannon said, I don't believe in Jesus or God, the Christian God. Is that okay? Can I still be here? Of course. Listen. Okay, if you guys have been following me, you know I don't believe in organized religion. I just don't. I am spiritual and I do believe in the divine and I do believe in the fact that there is a higher source of power, but my belief is not in alignment with the Christian faith or organized religion. Right now, when we talk about embodying Christ consciousness, it's not necessarily speaking of Christ in the way that it has been presented to us but religiously, if that makes sense, right? Does that make sense? And no matter what you believe, you're always welcome here. You don't have to believe what I believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. As long as you're here and you're showing up to heal yourself and you're showing up to spread love and light, listen, you are welcome. You are a part of my tribe. So, notice I said the story goes. Okay, so let's see what you all are saying. Diamond Green said, we love you no matter what you believe. Yes. Tell her, Diamond. Let her know. Didn't we just talk about we're love? Love is void of judgment. Love is void of judgment. Love is just love. Love is acceptance, right? Who am I to judge? I'm not nobody to be judging nobody else. I don't even judge myself. So why would I judge you? Right? Sherman said, I love what you're saying about trauma. So grateful to have heard that today. You are so welcome. And thank you for tuning in. I'm so grateful that the message is resonating. Cheryl said, my phone is probably tripping. I don't know. You know what? I'm using Starbucks internet. And you guys know this whole thing has been some glitchy stuff going on with the internet and my transition. And I'm glad we're talking about this because you know what? Today, don't laugh at how slow I am, you guys, okay? Because I feel kind of slow. But today, I just realized that this transition is about flow. And as I say that out loud, you know what? No, I think I realized that before, but I think it was a different part of the transition, or cancel delete think. If I'm recalling correctly, it was a different part of the transition and I realized the spirit was calling me to be in flow. But today I realized that there was another layer to it. And I was like, it felt like the first time of me realizing it though. It's about flow. So I appreciate you all for being in flow with me as I'm experiencing this transition. Let's see. Sherman said, been working on self-love lately. I struggle with that so much. Well, I'd like to challenge you to release that statement, I struggle with it so much, and say, I am overcoming that now, right? Because again, anything we're putting energy to, our words have so much power and they're declarations, they create reality, they're casting spells when you especially writing that out or typing that out, right? So whatever your current reality is now, if it's not what you'd like it to be or what you choose for it to be, don't speak of it. Only speak of what you're choosing. Take all the power away from the reality that you're choosing to release and only put your power into what you're choosing to create. Let's see. But I'm so glad that you're showing up for yourself. I'm so glad that you're choosing to work on it. Because so many people, they just get comfortable in the discomfort and they just accept this is what it is. This is my life. This is the hand I've been dealt. And instead of playing it, they just sit there and hold it. And they give up before the game even starts, right? Listen, I will tell you, when I'm playing war, it doesn't matter if I have all twos. I'm going to play that game like I got a handful of aces. You can't tell me I'm not about to win. True story. So Alata said, Nahkila Isha, it hasn't glitched on my end at all. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. I'm glad too. And you guys, you know what? Being that Alata said that, I would definitely encourage you to watch the replay if it glitched for you, because oftentimes when there's something being delivered to you that's going to expand your soul, oftentimes there will be obstacles that get in the way or attempt to. And listen, sometimes it can be things like a glitch. something that's stopping you from receiving it. So watch it back and make sure you get whatever you missed from the glitch. Cheryl said, I question a lot of things that's in the Bible, and some Christians seem to get offended by that. And I was raised with religion. I studied the Bible a lot when I was a child, a teenager, young adult. I've been in different religions, and as I began to grow and expand, I realized that I just don't believe in organized religion. Yes, there are things in every faith and every belief and every organization that we can take and we can dissect and we can find something powerful within it. But there are also things that I find to be very hypocritical. There are things that just don't resonate with me on a soul level. And therefore, what I have discovered through the divine is that I'm simply spiritual. I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power greater than myself. But I also believe that I am that greater, higher power because we are the divine having a human experience, right? So there's just many layers to it, but I'm not one who judges people that believe what they believe, but I'm also not one to push my beliefs. I just simply share what I get, how I get it. So yeah, if you're feeling that question within your soul, there's a reason for that. So I'd say explore it. That's where it started for me. And for me, I left home at 16. It started for me before I even left home. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. Long time coming. And the abundance that I am experiencing in every area of my life lets me know that I am aligned with truth. So that'll be how you know. If you attach to something and you're not living abundantly in all areas of your life, something in the mix is not aligned with truth. So let's see. Diamond Green said, I'll catch the rest on replay. Love you. And thank you for serving our community. You're so welcome. I love you too. Sherman said, I like that. Thank you. You're welcome. My bonus dad said, I choose to live, love, and heal. And so it is. And so it is. Let's see. Cheryl said, I definitely believe in a higher power. Something created all of this. Yes, yes, yes. And I would just say explore, ask questions. It's still to this day shocks me as if the first time when I asked Spirit for guidance on things, and I receive it, just like when I get blessed, like I'm still like, oh my goodness, like it's the first time it happened. So just start questioning. One of the things we're taught is that you're not to question God. Well, that's just to keep us in the dark. Because if we start questioning, we're going to get the answers. And if we start getting the answers, then we're able to peel back the layers of falsehood and start vibrating at that frequency of truth, right? Start living in that vibration of truth. So just start asking. Start asking. What's going to happen if you ask God to clarify? As a kid, my mom told me there is no such thing as a dumb question. Well, as it relates to the divine, there is no such thing as a disrespectful question. If you don't know and you're seeking to obtain knowledge, ask. You'll receive. You'll receive. So trust. So you guys help me out. Is this pronounced Nigel, or niggle? Nigel. I believe it's Nigel. That little feeling you get. I know what it is. I just don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Help me out here. If you guys know, will you let me know in the comment? Break it down phonetically for me. So it says, trust the Nigel. What is the niggling? I don't know. It can't be niggling. It sounds too much like niglet. Trust the Nigel. Let's just say that. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, so I'm being told to read from the book on this one. But before I do, what I'd like to tell you, it even goes back into what we just were talking about. If something just doesn't feel right, explore it and question it. Like if there's some aspect of you, like there's just this feeling that you just can't shake, whether it's like you feel like something's just not right or something is right, but you're kind of stuck in that limbo state. Whatever it is, Spirit is saying, trust it. That's your divinity showing up for you. That's your divinity inside guiding you towards what serves you or away from what does not. So trust it. Trust it. We are all wired to be divine, right? We're all wired to be divine. If we peel back this skin suit, we all have the same level of divinity flowing through us. It's just we're not all choosing to use it on the same capacity, right? So let's see. What does the book say? This reminds me of Javi, when Javi told me when I first started doing readings, and I was reading for Javi, and I've shared this, but doing this reminds me, Javi was like, well, I like to know what you feel. What? You mean don't give you a reading using the book? I was so scared. It resonated. Spirit shows up. Every time we step out on faith, Spirit shows up. It says, that niggling, let me see, have you guys told me how to say it yet? You guys haven't told me how to say it. That niggling feeling, that annoying feeling, that inconvenient, annoying feeling, try as you might, it's there, and it ain't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings. Every time they're niggling feelings. I'm still looking for the pronunciation, you guys. Throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting. And until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way, the relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that serves your highest good to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from higher realms, but in fact, it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body to receive the intuitive intelligence and act on it quickly. You are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path. And then you will likely regret you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. So the question is, what is your niggling feeling telling you? Well, what they said is trying to tell you. But, we're going to cancel, delete all that lack language. So, oh, okay, let me show you. You said show the word. Can you see it? Okay, so niggle. I know what the short sound is, but thank you for clarifying because you didn't know that. Listen, my mama was big on that. She shoved it down my throat, but it comes in handy now. Okay, thank you, Javi. Javi said it's niggle as tickle, as giggle, niggling like giggling. Still sounds like niglet to me. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna step outside my comfort zone though and say it correctly. So let's see what you all are saying. Let's see where we are on time. Ooh, it's 1:02. Oh my goodness, my oil change is at 2. So I know that a lot that I know that you gifted a reading to Michonne last week. So I am going to go ahead and pull for her and do her mini reading. And you guys, just an update. So I'm not moving in yet. We're still experiencing delays. The building is coming right along, but now it's the meters. But I will be staying in the sister property so my son can start school. Yay. They were going to charge me, but I sent them an email and was like, no, that just doesn't work. And Spirit showed up and showed out, so I don't have to pay for it, which is a blessing. And so I will be in a place where I have internet. So for our next Wednesday live Empower Hour, I will be picking up with the mini readings, the $20 mini readings after our Empower Hour, okay? So just know that everything will be going back into its normal routine as of this week coming up, okay? So, a rising fan said, like, wiggle. Every time, I don't know, let me just stop being silly because I feel my inner child is taking over right now. And my inner child is My inner child thinks the word is funny. Know what it means. Is that for Michonne? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Michonne, come on over to Rim. Look what you got. Am I taking both of those? Okay. Is that it? Okay. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. So your first card you got is transformation. And it says things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Okay, so what I heard is you are definitely ready. Say it again, please. You are definitely ready for this transformation to happen. Now it's time for you to move forward in action on a much deeper level. Okay, and I was just told to clarify. So what Spirit is saying is not that you're not moving forward in action, because you are, but now you're being called to take the next step and move into action. I'm hearing on the next level. You've been experiencing major shifts. Some have been quite obvious and clear. Some have not been so obvious or clear. There's times when you feel lonely and you're wondering if you're doing, I'm hearing everything and doing it right. The answer is yes, you are. And you're not alone. Even when there's not a human soul around you, you're always surrounded by your angels. And literally, they're wondering why you don't call on them more. You do talk to them, but not as often as they'd like you to. I'm hearing it's time for you to stop living in fear and self-doubt. You've been working on those things and releasing those things, but they're still there. The moment you can let them go, you will soar. And I'm hearing in leaps and bounds, they're acting as weights, like heavy weights, like the kind that you can't really move beyond like a little, like little teeny tiny step. And what I'm being told to tell you, so what this is saying is, in terms of like this human realm, right? This 3D realm, it feels to others like you have made lots of shifts, right? But in terms of where your spirit self is and the potential that lies within you, the steps are like teeny tiny, right? And so Spirit is saying it's because of those two things that are acting as weights. And it's not to say that you're not doing a good job at all, because Spirit is saying you are doing a good job. Any movement is doing a good job. But now you're just being called to transform to the next level. Okay, thank you. So your next card is play. And literally, as I saw this card, what Spirit is saying, but don't take life so serious, right? Even your journey of awakening, your healing, your growth spiritually, it's not to be taken so serious. Like, enjoy life, you know? It's when we forget to play that our inner child is lost. And when our inner child is lost, we disconnect from our soul. That's the first time Spirit said that. It makes sense, though. It says, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And I'm being told to tell you, make sure your form of play is healthy. Because sometimes we do the things that we used to do before we came into awareness. And some of those things just don't serve you anymore, and they don't resonate to who you are and who you're becoming. And what I'm also being told to tell you as I'm looking at this card is transformation calls for you to be naked. Naked as in free from wearing things that are not who you are. And as I'm looking at this card, it looks like she's clothed, but when you see like the fabric and the sparkle of her dress. When I say that we're magical inside, like this is what I see us as, like sparkling like that. You know, we all sparkle at different colors, but we're all sparkling inside, and it's moving and coursing through us the way our blood does, right? So although you can appear to be clothed, you're required to be naked. You're required to get naked, transparent. Okay. You also got Lemuria. And it says, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. I just heard you are a part of this shift. You sometimes feel so deeply connected, yet so far apart, is what I'm hearing. So far away, also, is what I'm hearing. And so what's happening is, you know, a lot of light workers, what we experience is like we have that deep connection. And at first it was coming through like with spirit, right? Which is still part of your message, but now it's coming through differently. Like we feel so deeply connected with others because we can feel everything, whether it's a physical feeling or a knowing or an empathic type of feeling, as far as, you know, empathizing with their emotions and that sort of thing. Um, but sometimes we feel so deeply that we feel so disconnected, right? Because we see things at a different vantage point than the average person who may not be called to participate in shifting the collective consciousness of humanity in this incarnation, right? Spirit is saying it's okay for now. As you continue to transform, you'll learn how to integrate the two. And when you do, this is when you will be totally and completely in flow, living your purpose. And I heard in flow with your purpose and living your purpose. Okay, thank you. I heard, okay, that's it, Nahkila. That's her message. So that is the message that I have for you today. The invite to RIM does still stand. So, yeah. Let's see. Pat said, that really resonates with me. I'm so grateful. Cheryl said, your spirit guides be on point, Nahkila. And so it is. And so it is. I'm so grateful they use me. You use me till you use me up. Pat said, definitely need to have more fun. Well, cancel, delete, need. You don't need anything. If you claim need, the universe is just going to give you more situations where you're in need, but it serves your highest good to have more fun. It really does. Serves all of our highest good. Michonne said, true. My bonus asset, freedom. Yes, 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 yes. So, Miss Shawn, that is your message. And you guys, I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. I tell you this all the time, but I mean it from the depths of my soul. I really am grateful and honored to serve you. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for sharing the channel. Those of you that have been donating to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. For those of you that are not aware, in the description box of every video, there are links. If you ever feel led to donate, you can do so there. So yeah, you guys are awesome. I'm so blessed, and you're a part of my blessing. So thank you. Let's see. Cheryl said, and you delivered the message perfectly. Thank you. Thank you. So you guys, let me see. It's 1:12 and battery is about to die. So I am going to pick up my son so we can go get this oil changed. And you know what's so funny? Green tea's wearing off, stumbling over my words just a little bit now. But real quick, I'm going to tell you guys. So we were in the crystal shop. Now, there's this crystal shop in Washington State, and there's these incense called Clarity. Now, I prefer candles over incense, but lately I have been burning incense because they also aid with cleansing the space, you know. And so anyways, they told me that those incense were made just for their shop out there. Tell me why. I'm here in Missouri. I find a crystal shop. They have the same incense. So they also had Egyptian musk, right? This is that trusting that niggling, right? Trusting that. And this is just a small one, right? It's not anything major and, you know, but it still was there. And I didn't trust it. I ignored it, right? Ignoring it is the same as not trusting it or acknowledging it. So anyways, I see Egyptian musk incense. And I used to love the Egyptian musk oil when I was in Berkeley. You know, I grew up in Berkeley, California. I used to love it. Go downtown Berkeley. They'd be on the streets selling things and the oils were so divine, right? And so anyways, I see the Egyptian musk incense. I smell it and I'm like, I'm standing there contemplating. I was watching a general reading for Pisces the other day, and guess what? Actually, it was a pick a card, and the card that I picked, one of the things that they said was to get some Egyptian musk incense. So, needless to say, after we get the oil change, we'll be going back to that crystal shop, and I'll be picking up my Egyptian musk incense. So, anyways, trust in that niggling. Yes, trusting that niggling. So thank you all so much. Let's see what Michonne said. I didn't want to say before, I have psychic abilities through dreams, but I'm extremely terrified. And you know what? It makes sense, the message that came through. It makes sense for sure because, yeah, you're a part of the shift. And start protecting yourself. Start protecting yourself, of course, when you start your day, but also at the end of your day. I've told you guys I protect myself at that time too, because that's a vulnerable state. You know, it's a vulnerable state. We're kind of off at that time. And so it's really important to be protected. And as you're protecting, call on your angel guardians, the ones that are big and massive that guard you and guard your spirit, the gatekeepers, so that they can keep you safe, and see what the difference in how you receive the messages are. Because, you know, I don't know what messages you're receiving that terrify you, or if it's just the fact that you do. But sometimes messages that we get, especially if we're not calling on highest light and love and being intentional, they're not always from highest light and love. So that's the other thing. Every night when you lay down, just say, whatever messages I receive in my dream state, may it be of highest light and love and rooted in truth, right? And anytime you are open to receive messages, make sure you're calling on highest light and love. Okay. You're so welcome. Thank you, Alatha, for gifting that to her. And let's see. Cheryl said, thank you so much, Nahkila, for all you do. You are so welcome. So welcome. And thank you for your gratitude. Shanna said, thank you, Nahkila. You're so welcome. So welcome. Michonne said, everything you said is on point. I love you too, Mike. Thank you. A Rising Phoenix said, love it. Love it. Well, you guys, if I don't log off, I'm going to be late. So I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And for those of you that I did not invite to RIM, it's not because you're not invited. Like, RIM is open to all of you. However, those of you that I did invite, is because I've either received before or I received today. So please know, if I didn't say, hey, you got an invite, just know that you do. Okay. So have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.